Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of Going
Five?
Direct.
Wow.
Yes, episode
made
5, Going Direct, the Panini Podcast. I'm Tracy
Yep.
Hackler. That's Scotty Prusha.
Scotty Prusha. You know what? In school, when you made it to 6 weeks, you got a report card. So maybe we're just going to have to post something out there and get a report card from all of our fans on how we're doing.
I don't want to see my grades. Just like in high school and college, I don't want to see my grades.
Pass or fail. That's it.
Yeah, we're going to take this class pass fail, and if we get a 70, that's a pass. Well, Scotty, so a lot going on this week, as there usually is. Just
a lot
real
going
quick
on this week to get ready for next week. How about that?
Yes, that's great.
We're hinting towards something that we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Yes, it's we'll have a new NBA champion this week.
Yes,
guaranteed, because depending on when you're watching this, Game 6 is tonight, which is Tuesday.
Yes.
And the Suns are win or go home now. So it's 3-2 Bucks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. But either way, we're gonna have a champion, either one that we've never had or one that we haven't had in like 40 some odd years. So
and they started off strong. Phoenix wins 2, then Milwaukee comes back and wins 3. So it's anybody's guess. I mean, all the momentum is headed Milwaukee's way right now.
Yeah, they're playing Game 6 in Milwaukee.
But that, like you said, win or go home, and that changes everything.
Absolutely. And you've got what I saw. I think ESPN. I was watching the recap after Game 5, and somebody made a great point that said if Giannis is getting that kind of support from Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday every game, they're virtually unbeatable. So. And I think that's true. I mean, if they're averaging 85 to 90 points by that trio, I mean, and Pat Connaughton's hitting key shots. But the thing that's fun to watch for me is like how guys like Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday, they shine on this biggest platform, this biggest stage, and their trading cards go up in value almost immediately.
Absolutely. And you're right. I mean, it's such a grind, right? I'm a big hockey fan, and they always talk about how grueling the Stanley Cup playoffs are. Basketball is just right there too, and it does. It is guys. It gets deeper and deeper. Those unsung heroes, as we like to call them.
Bobby Portis comes to mind.
They rise up and shine, and that's when you separate the two teams. And right now, the Bucks. They got more guys doing it, but don't count those Suns out, man. Chris Paul can taste it.
Yes,
he can taste it. And so I think he's gonna play lights out tonight. It's gonna be a fun game.
Well, he's got to, and I'm rooting for a Game 7 winner take all back in Phoenix. So
who doesn't want a Game 7 in anything? I mean,
right, in anything,
right?
Yes. Speaking of shining on the biggest stage.
Yes.
One of our biggest stages at Panini America in the hobby is the National Sports Collectors Convention, Scotty.
Yes.
And we just this week finally announced our grand plans for this year's show.
And I can speak a little bit to the planning that goes behind it. And, there's been a lot of uncertainty. Chicago was one of those cities that we were monitoring very closely as to how was not just opening back up, but what the capacities were going to be. And when the National announced it was full go, there was a short amount of time to come up with what we wanted to do. And unfortunately we weren't able to do it all like we had in years past. And one of the things that we just couldn't plan out, and with the uncertainty involving some of the capacity issues and even athletes being back in the mix, is the VIP party. So we're not going to be having it at the National, but we're happy to say here that we're looking at something at a later date, something we can plan a little bit better. And obviously as things open back up and athletes are more comfortable interacting, that's also a plus for us as well, postponing it. But we still got a whole week full of stuff. Celebrities are posting all over the place how excited they are to go. So I think it's going to be a packed house. We'll be there.
Yes.
And we got to fire this thing up is what we got to do.
Oh, it's going to get fired up. It's going to get fired up. And look, outside of our national VIP party being moved to a later date sometime this year, everything else that we normally do at the National, when we pull out all the stops, we're pulling out all the stops again. Silverback wrapper redemptions that you created, Scott P.
Yes. And it's going to be a little different form.
It is.
Because of the lack of the VIP party and some of the packages that we were able to put together. It's going to have a little different twist to it. Not as many available, but the content that is within it is more powerful.
Yep.
We're going to have our promo set for the VIPs that purchase the package. Again, heavy emphasis on rookies, some of the first football guys, and some key baseball prospects, as well as basketball guys. So you're going to see some cards sprinkled in of some of the basketball guys, that are hot within the next few weeks. I think some of them might have made it to the National, may not, because of the differences between the gold pack version that we do and the regular. So it's going to be neat. I mean, everybody loves collecting that set. It'll be there. Customer service will be there. We'll have plenty of product development guys there answering questions and taking the time to connect with collectors. So it's going to be a great week.
Yeah, and the kids' free case breaks return. You mentioned the live redemption trade-up program. As far as I know, I don't know any other manufacturer that sends customer service personnel to the show to live trade-out redemption. So I was so happy that we do that. So, a lot of great stuff planned. It's going to be crazy, maybe crazier than we've seen it in many years. Right. And not just because the market is where it's at right now, but also because we missed the National last year. We didn't have one. So there's a lot of pent up. We get to hug people again, Scotty. And
we're going to be dishing out hugs. Y'all better be ready because it's a hug zone.
Hugs are like 4 per pack, bro, at the National.
That's it. You know what? It might be one of those things where instead of getting 5 silver packs, you get 5 hugs.
Yeah.
But we'll be there. You know what? We're going to bring our create your own digital trading card booth
that's sweet.
That we've been using at the draft. We just had it at the rookie photo shoot or rookie premiere that we did, event. And so we're going to bring that out as kind of like a little bit of added bonus for some of the things that we're not able to do in mass. Like the silver pack, we're just not able to do. We weren't able to do in the capacity and the quantity that we had before. So it's going to be a lot more limited. So we're trying to look at other ways to engage. You mentioned Box Wars. I don't know if we mentioned
I did not mention Box Wars.
They will be back, and they'll be hot. The pricing that we have for that's going to be incredible. So lots happening at our booth, and we were able to pull off in a short amount of time. So pretty excited. It's always a fun time getting together for the National. And you said we missed it last year, but you've seen some of these smaller shows are breaking like attendance records.
Oh yeah,
because everybody's excited. So I can't imagine what next week's going to look like.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite weeks. I love interacting, engaging, talking, shaking hands, and getting to know faces that you've known names for a long time. You see them all at the National. It's a blast. So I'm looking forward to it.
And I will say this, and I always get pulled away from the booth because of other obligations like the VIP party and whatnot. But without that there, I will be there the whole time. It's something that's pretty rare. I know everybody always is like, I see Tracy, but I never see you. Well, you'll see me.
So you've been warned. He's gonna be at the booth.
I will be there.
So that's kind of the main topics for this week, the intro. For the rest of it
when we get back together, we may have some Olympics going on.
What? Well, we will.
Olympics.
We will for sure. So I think it starts this week.
Knock on wood. I just read something just a few minutes ago. We'll have Olympics, and you know me, I'm a big Nebraska Cornhusker fan, and up on my feed popped 40 days till our first game. So, and you know what? I'm also a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, and I was told that they're reporting to camp today.
Yes,
so for those football fans out there, it's on. Like football starts today. with a team reporting to training camp. How about that? So
yeah, no, I love it. I love it.
We're tasting football season, and that's a good thing.
It's delicious.
Time.
It's delicious. So thank you all for joining this episode. Later in the show, Scotty and I are gonna unwrap 2021 Clearly Donruss Basketball. Scotty, it's gonna be the world premiere break because the product doesn't release until Friday. What? What?
It's clearly awesome.
Yeah, it's a difference you can see through or something.
There you go.
What else? Oh, we have part 2 of our designer roundtable, getting a lot of really inside info on how our trading cards are designed, and the 3 of the men who kind of lead that charge. And then if you're listening to the podcast via audio and you're not watching it, we have a must-see from the vault segment with some guy named Shohei Ohtani. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I have. He's a pitcher, right?
Well, he's also the home run leader right now.
Okay.
He's the modern day Babe Ruth, Scotty.
The modern day Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We have a hard-hitting interview with him later in the show from the time that he spent with us at the spring training road trip.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this, there's a lot of subtitles. You may want to go find the video version of episode number 5 of Going Direct so you can watch and read the subtitles. And then, Scotty, I have one question for you before we get to the next segment.
Way.
Would you fare better, you, as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars or The Voice?
I would say, now that's a great question, and I've heard some amazing answers. And I would only say, because I'm a dance dad and I go to dance conventions, and I just got back from a dance convention and I watch it and I even participate, that Dancing with the Stars I would fare better on.
That's the truth. I can confirm that is very much true.
Bomb right there.
I've seen your dance moves on the main stage, not that main stage, but at the dance conventions, and
I think you've seen that one too at times too. But
I have, and I'm impressed with both of them. Also, Scotty, I think I would, as much as I love singing, I really am not good at it at all. So I would also, I think, fare better with Dance with the Stars. But what people don't really care about what you or I, how you or I would answer that question.
No. And I would say our office partner Gina might vote singing, because she listens to me and you sing all the time.
Yeah, and so,
I mean, we don't fear the sing.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't fear it, but I think I would fare better.
I think we have better feet than vocals. How about that?
Well, he's got better feet than us, Scotty. All of the top 2021 NFL rookies, they all have
every one of them.
And we're going to ask those guys later in the show that same question. Would they fare better on Dancing with the Stars or The Voice? So that's a must-see segment. Scotty, let's dive into it. And
let's go.
We're going to have lots of fun. Thanks for watching. Hey, Scott, it's good to see you again.
Hey, Tracy. Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome here anytime. And, dude, that intro, we just knocked it out of the park. Like, word probably is coming.
Like coming up, Shohei Ohtani. How about that? How about pulling that together?
I fully expect major award nominations coming our way just based on that intro we just cut.
Yeah, I mean, Emmys or Oscars or whatever.
Yeah, Huskers, whatever. Here, wait, hold on. Scotty.
Your camera. That way. Okay, there it is. Clearly Donruss, which is clearly awesome.
It really is.
I love this product. Like you said, it's so awesome. You can see through it.
Yep.
So let's go. Let's wrap. Let's go together. 3, 2, 1.
Go. Yeah. So this is. Hold on, my knife didn't work. This product is out everywhere Friday. The hobby shops across North America on Friday. We have early boxes. So this literally, if we sound the horns and say this is the world premiere break of Clearly Donruss Basketball, and I'm excited. I love the product, man. It's so
cool. So 4 packs.
Right, 4 packs. Oh, for those who don't know, so if Donruss Optic is the Prism version of Donruss, Clearly Donruss is the acetate version of Donruss.
Yes.
So just imagine Donruss on designs that you can see through, and that's kind of what you're getting here, and it's awesome. I think it debuted last year.
Ooh, Zion, there's a base card. Look at Zion
going
going in.
You can see
great photo.
Scott, I can see you through the card, dude. It's so awesome. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I love it.
I do too.
My house.
Oh, James Harden?
Yes, Harden. I'm actually in Jason's office, so it's really his house, but
yeah, it's Jason's
house.
here's a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander purple. It's numbered, I believe. I think it's numbered. I didn't see. No, it's not numbered, but it is a purple parallel.
I love it. I mean, like the way that they pick the photography, like Tyler Hill. I mean, they're all so that you can see right through them.
Yeah,
it's real dynamic and layups and shots. I love it.
Oh, look at this bad boy, dude. I don't know if it'll. That's a holofoil version.
Ooh.
James Wiseman of all people.
Yeah.
Great top pick. Number 11 of 25, Scotty, on that one. Just be jealous of that, bro.
11 of 25?
Yeah. Ooh. Not to be outdone, followed by Anthony Edwards, number 1 overall pick.
Number 1 overall pick. Panini's own, Anthony Edwards.
Yes. Panini's own, that's right. So that's that's a good pack right there.
I got a parallel 2 out of 99.
Okay. Okay.
You want me to go?
It looks like Onyeka.
A Kongwu.
Yes. Of the Hawks.
Of the Hawks. Ooh. And James Wiseman.
There's a Colin Sexton gold version.
Gold
Gold foil. Onyeka Okongwu. Were you nervous about saying that name?
Yes.
It looked like you were.
Not gonna lie. Zach, love you.
It's a great card right here. Jason Tatum.
There you go.
Such a cool product. Oh, Scotty.
I love it.
Your guy, Luka Doncic. Stargazing. It's the stargazing insert. I love it.
I'm gazing into his eyes right now.
Yeah, I know you are.
That was my guy.
He is. But that's a quick 4 packs. And the thing I love about Clearly Donruss is the core parallels, the hollow foil. When you see like hollow foil or mosaic patterns on an acetate card, it just hits different. And the autographs aren't in every box, so the autographs are tough, but maintain their value and it's just a fun product. So
it was cool. I like the like you said, like on a card like this, the rated rookie. Yeah, it's hard on camera, but you can see that that foil really pops off. It's just so
cool. I mean, I love the hollow foil Wiseman. You know, it's like So anyway, it's a completely different experience than anything we do all year, and it's out Friday, and it won't last long. So good luck if you pursue it.
Get it. Clearly get it.
Get it clearly.
Clearly, get it clearly. Clearly get it.
Hey, Scotty, until next week, dude. Much love.
And you know what? I'll see you in Chicago.
Well, you're just like in the next room over. I'll see you in like 2 minutes.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But I'll also see you in Chicago.
Why are you yelling? You're standing 2 feet from me. That's what I do. Boom.
Did you fare better as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars or The Voice?
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You trust your sweet feet over your voice?
Yep.
Probably Dancing with the Stars. I don't know why, but I just feel like I got like, I don't know. I would prove a lot of people wrong what they think of, my ballroom dancing skills.
You got sweet feet is what you're saying.
Maybe. There's only one way to find out. Maybe we'll cross that road one day.
Dancing with the Stars. I'm just dancing. Yeah. Yes, I can't sing, so I'm dance. I'm gonna just dance. Oh well.
The Voice.
I can
do a little something.
What song would you sing in that competition? How about that?
Probably Share My Life by Kemp.
The Voice, because I definitely can't dance.
I mean, neither of them is going to go well, but I think I would enjoy the voice more. I like watching the voice, so yeah, the voice. I mean, even though other people can't think I sing, I feel like if I think I can sing, I'm going to be all right.
Confidence, right?
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah.
I would like to say the voice, but I'm probably wrong. I sing in the shower. I sing in the car.
Dancing with the Stars.
Okay. Sweet feet over the pipes, right?
For sure.
I'd definitely say Dancing with the Stars. Even though I can't dance, but I say I have a better shot to singing.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
The voice is singing, right? That's that singing thing.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'll go crazy in some in some dancing. I'll throw some bay dances in there. People look at me different. Ooh, like who is that? Why he doing that? Don't worry, sweetie. Just know I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'll go crazy with it. Dancing with the Stars.
Would you do this? Would you do the salsa as your go-to?
I would definitely do the salsa.
Probably neither. I like to say I can
Jeopardy
sing and dance, but I can't do either well at all.
That's a tough right there because I think I can sing, but I'm probably gonna have to put my money in the basket with the Dance with the Stars.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
At any given time, David, how many different creative hands are working on any given product?
Well, I'll leave that to John to answer too, but just to add a little bit to it, it's like we don't have one specific designer for a whole card program.
Yeah.
We have multiple designers working as a team on different programs. Packaging is a totally different animal. We have mostly just one designer doing the packaging and overwraps, but when it comes to a card program, we usually tag team it. And John, you can add to that, John.
For sure. I mean, like there could be a product that we're working on. There could only be 3 people working on it, or it could be 6 people. Or in Jody's case for Luminance, we may say, Jody, you have the vision in your head. We need you to do the entire thing by yourself. Yeah. And then, you kind of go, all right, what did I just ask for here? You know what I mean? Like I just asked to do an entire program of 20 something designs, in it. Okay, let me see what I can come up with and see if I can carry that theme all the way across. And then that's where you really, really stretch your creativity and say, okay, can I turn this into something that has this longevity behind it that I can. And then the beauty is next year, whenever it's time to come in, we can see what Jody was going with and the direction he wanted to go. And then we can put our own little twist on it. The next person that takes it and that picks it up and runs with it. And then before you know it, there could be a card in Luminance that becomes its own program eventually because it has such a cool start and a birth right there. Boom, you turn it into something new and it lives forever as another product.
Yeah. And that's a really good point and example because Luminance is an example of a program that only had one designer on it this year. But we might decide next year, and we'll see when the time comes, we might decide to put a different team of designers on it, and it might be way better. I think it's pretty good, but that's the thing about the collaboration of our group is everybody's really, really talented, and everybody has little things that they're really, really good at or their own little ideas. And when you bounce those ideas off of each other, the evolution can just be amazing. So I actually prefer when I'm working on a program with as many other designers as possible because when we do have the opportunity, like we're pretty busy, but when we do have the opportunity to get like 5 or 6 different people working on a single program, and then we all compare notes and we look at our preliminary designs, you think, wow, that's really, really cool. Like I didn't think to do that this way or whatever. And then we can bounce those ideas off of each other and then come up with something that is more than the sum of its parts, if you will.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think that's so important too. I mean, it's something that a lot of people, when you're ripping a pack or doing a break, you don't think about, but I think having more designers, especially when they're all as talented as y'all are working on a product, it really just the winner is the collector who gets to see the phenomenal results of that. What is the single most challenging aspect of design?
Keeping a group of designers happy and inspired is the hardest thing.
It can become a mental drain to obviously come up with something. You're creating something from nothing in many cases. So you put this pressure on yourself to be better than you were the year before, or be better than the last product that you designed. I don't think a lot of us probably should trust our fastball a little bit more and just realize that, hey, we've been doing this for so long. We know what people like. We know how to make this product look good. And we know how to even take it the next step further and just trust ourselves a little bit more. And once the design team starts to feel that, I think you'll start seeing even better designs than you're already seeing.
Yeah, and I think we're all human, so we suffer from what all people suffer from. So we read the comments and we look at the feedback, and I mean, designs are tough because some people hate them, some people love them, and you're never going to please everyone, but you tend to stick. The negative feedback sticks in your head. But to be fair, our collectors, I mean, the vast majority of our collectors are all giving critical feedback. Like they're not trolls. So after you get your feelings hurt a little bit, but then after you settle down and think about it, then you go, actually, that was a good point. And that as a designer, you get better. And then you take that criticism and you think, next year we're gonna do this one just so much better. Different. We're gonna address those issues or whatever it is. So.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point, Jody. Look, nobody has been more the ridicule target of ridicule than me over my tenure here. And you're right. Like, the thing I think a lot of people don't understand is that we may not always comment publicly, but we're always reading. And to your point, Jody, there is a lot of really constructive criticism that we welcome and we embrace it, and we better ourselves and our products as a result of it. So I'm glad you mentioned that. When it comes to inspiration, like, do you get it everywhere, or are there certain genres or creative, inspirations that you go to?
I would say, like, as a designer, I mean, you don't turn off where you look for inspiration. It's on constantly. You can be inspired by so many different places, music, going for a walk, just anywhere you can find inspiration, just about anywhere. And I think those things can turn into cards. I often say, when other designers bring in things to show and tell, whatever, I mean, like, we're definitely looking at that and going, can this somehow turn into a future trading card product? And again, that's where PDT comes into play, photography, production. I mean, they can tell us right away, like, that's not feasible.
I got to jump in here. For example, when I first started, and John has been here actually longer than I have, but he was been a big inspiration, and we would bounce ideas off on where you get ideas for cards. And I said, you know what? If I'm sitting in traffic and I look at the taillight design layout and the license plate holder and then the metallic shapes and frames, like, that could be a card right there that holds the name of the player and the name of the team name and that kind of stuff. He goes, yep, yeah, I got some ideas for a couple of Toyotas. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
And that's kind of where Certified kind of got their inspiration from. We were looking at card designs, and we were getting inspired from that. And that's where the redesign for Certified actually was born from.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you can find it anywhere.
It's so true. I say this a lot too. I think that the best inspiration we get is from non-sports related things, because there's a lot of people in the sports space. There's a lot of designs. I mean, there's stuff from all the professional teams and all these other designers doing other things. And everybody has a tendency to get in the rut of kind of doing the same thing, or you can follow these trends. And we have a lot of, I don't want to say we have a lot of pressure, but Panini is a powerful, strong brand, right? And we want to protect that and not just follow what other people are doing. So we try to go out and get our inspiration from places that aren't, sports related or run of the mill type inspiration places. Like we try to stay. I personally try to stay, keep my my sort of art inspiration like really, really diverse. And even sometimes take ideas from things that you wouldn't even think to take ideas from. You know what I mean? But we also, like we said before, we bounce so many ideas off of each other. We're constantly messing each other.
Just design nerds.
Throwing up pictures of things that screenshots. The most engagement we have throughout a day, especially with us working from home, is when someone says, "Hey, look what I found," and you go, "Wow, that's really, really cool." But most importantly, we want to make sure that no matter what it is we're looking at, we make it into our own. And I think we do a really good job of that.
For sure.
All right, I've only got 2 more questions because I could talk to you guys all day or let y'all talk all day. This stuff is fascinating. One question just occurred to me completely off the wall, but for each of you, if your artistic tastes were a musical artist, who would it be?
Oh man.
I guess I'll start. Everybody's gonna make fun of me because I'm a huge Tame Impala fan, but I feel like it's like that. Like I don't know. The guy is incredible, and I just feel like everything that he does is just experimental, and then it turns into amazing, music, and everybody wants to work with him. So I feel like I don't know for some reason I just kind of gravitate toward that, and it's great inspired designing music that I love listening to while I'm working. So yeah.
Mine would be Ryan Reynolds, right? Because he's the lead singer of Godsmack.
No, God, David.
Oh, no, my bad. No, it would be like Foo Fighters, Nirvana, those guys, because they just transformed and changed. From Dave Grohl is just an amazing, talented artist, so he would be one.
All right, Jody.
Oh man, it's tough. I'd probably say I'm like probably somewhere in between like Gary Clark Jr. and
Celine Dion.
Bridges.
Leon Bridges. That's a good one. Yeah.
Celine Dion. I like that.
Shout out to the great state of Texas, where both those fellows are from.
Yes.
Awesome. And then this could be difficult for all of you because I feel like I'm asking you which one of your kids you love the most with this question, but the favorite design that you've ever created. Go.
Wow. Jody, you start that one.
It's funny. I mean, we've all been at this a really long time, and so we've created thousands and thousands of designs. So it would be hard to pick one favorite. But I would say that I'm particularly proud. I know we talked about it before, Luminance. I'm particularly proud of that because it was, there was more to it than just designing it. Actually sort of planning the whole product. Sort of, I just spent more time on it than I would other things. But I would say that a couple of years ago, it's probably been like 4 or 5 years now. I did an insert in Playbook basketball, I believe. And it was a booklet, and I was able to incorporate a really cool like background that you wouldn't normally get on just a regular 3.5 by 2.5 card. So I was, I like that design. But man, I've got so many, and I've got so many designs that I've forgotten that I like. Every once in a while I'll go, hey, who did that? Oh,
yeah, that was me. Yeah. I think I gravitate a little bit toward Encased because that was one of the first programs that I was able to come up with and work with. I believe it was Wes Elliott as well on the development team. And that was fun because you were able to take these photos from the photo shoot from the RPS and art direct that first, and then take those photos and turn them into a card. And those are some of the, I think the best photos that we've ever taken were the ones that we do with the RPS, and they're really inspired stuff. And it just super clean, and that's a joy to work on that product for sure.
Awesome.
John actually he designed a lot of the stuff for the Kobe Eminence product that came out.
I forgot about that. We worked on that together as well. Yeah.
The stuff he did in that like blew my mind. Like he did some really, really cool things. He used textures in ways that I just couldn't like imagine. So and that's a beautiful product. So I don't know.
Jody's my hype man. Look at that.
I like it. All right, Dave, what about you?
I'm more of the special projects kind of guy, so I don't really like the design cards, but I worked with in product development. I worked with Tim Trout, and we did a NASCAR insert called Decades of Speed. And I really liked that. It was I think it was a 9-card set that I was supposed to do all by myself. I milked it, couldn't get it done, so I had to jump to all the designers. I think Jody actually did a card. John might have had to do a card. I think I got 3 or 4 cards done, so I had to ask the designers to bail me out, and they did. So it was a fun time.
Awesome. Well, David, never claim publicly that you work with Tim Trout on anything, because it's not going to end.
Not a good look.
But no, throw his name in there. That was my fault.
But seriously, I could talk to you guys all day. I'm thankful for the time you gave me, and I know the people listening, watching are going to love the insight and the expertise. And again, I know I sound like a broken record, but hats off to the great work you all are doing, and I look forward to seeing what is next, because I know it's going to be huge. But thank you, gentlemen.
And one more thing, Tracy, I want to give you a shout out. I mean, you've been doing some great things by basically a one-man show. So we really appreciate all the social media stuff that you do, because you're doing a ton of work. So thank you.
Look, you guys inspire me. Where does my inspiration come from? You guys.
Oh.
We'll do it again soon, though.
All right.
Yes.
Thank y'all, man.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
It was good, man. Appreciate it.
We'll see you.
Bye-bye. How would you summarize your first 2 months here in the States?
いや、毎日楽しく新鮮な一日一日かなと思います。
Has anybody in the locker room given you a nickname yet?
Shohei. They call me Shohei.
Shohei? For people watching who've heard about you and they've read about you, but who've never seen you play, what kind of player are they going to get when they watch you?
何が他の人と違うかちょっと自分ではよくわからないですけど、はい、ピッチングはやっぱりストレートを軸に、押していけたらなと思ってますし、そこが特徴なのかなと思っているので、バッティングに関してはしっかり広角にバランスよく打てればいいかなと思ってます。
Shohei Ohtani's first Panini trading cards are in your autographs. If I told you that one of your autographs from this product sold for more than $1,000, what would your reaction be?
どういうリアクションですか？嬉しいです。
So before we open a few packs, were you much of a collector when you were growing up as a kid in Japan?
日本ではおやつについてくるので、1枚おやつ買ったら1枚ついてくるんですけど、そういうのをよく買ってましたね。え
？What was your favorite snack chip card that you had?
イチローさんじゃないですか。
イチローさん。
Of course. Did you ever dream of being on your own trading card when you're following Ichiro growing up? Did you ever think that you would be on your own side?
なりたいなとは思ってましたけど、なれるっていう絶対的な自信みたいなのがなかったです。
So the question that I have, and I'm sure a lot of people have, if you had to pick one of those, do you pick the one where you're hitting, or do you pick the one where you're pitching?
こっちの方が高さ。
So at the end of the year, when collectors and fans have had a chance to collect a full season of Donruss cards, what do you want them to say about your rookie season?
やっぱ価値が上がるように活躍できたらなと思います。
There's an awful lot of people who can't wait to watch you play. Shohei, we're honored to have you on the Panini America team.
So on behalf of Kobe Bryant, we wanted to welcome you to the Panini family and got something for you. Go ahead and take them out.
いいですか？すごい。
So welcome to Panini.
Thank you. Thank you.